AI, we've been hearing about it, so much. And, I think we didn't hear about Blue Prism. We didn't hear about Automation Anywhere on Good Morning America. Yet yesterday I turned on my TV and Michael Strahan's talking about the new OpenAI model. He doesn't know what's going on, but it's everywhere. It's a true hype cycle, unlike what we've seen in recent history. So I guess my question for you is, how is this cycle differentiating from the RPA?
Yeah, so I think I look at this cycle as two things. So most of the technologies that we've actually deployed, they've been always there to help humans augment whatever they were doing, with doing it better, faster, cheaper, all of that stuff, right? The element that AI brings in is the innovation aspect. And that's the reason why I think this is fundamentally different. So like even if you look at, okay, what are some of the technology changes in historical world that happened? Okay, we went from horse to, okay, car and this and that, but it still was like doing the transportation. When I manage supply chain, I know that these are the things I'm trying to look for, which payments are delayed, which shipments are delayed, where there may be fraud. But when you actually let the AI loose, it can give you so many insights that you didn't even imagine were possible. And that's the reason why I think this is fundamentally very different.
Right, yeah, being able to bring new value to the table, unidentified value to the table specifically, is something that organizations are looking for, right? And historically and still today, it's about bringing in the right people, the right headcount makeup in order to generate new ideas and keep pushing the organization forward. But in some areas that can be subsidized, by AI and by these new models that are coming out, which is exciting. And so this is all very exciting. There's clearly value being integrated with every technology. Is this something that organizations can jump into, or do they need to have previous experience with traditional automation?
At the end of the day, everything we are trying to do is actually for some type of process output, right? So when we think about a process with different inputs and different outputs, you're trying to actually either get to those outputs faster, or you're trying to get more insights about those outputs or from the process itself. So being able to understand the process and what it does or it's supposed to do is very important, and that's the reason why I believe that having some type of BPM and other intelligent automation understanding is actually very important. At the same time, one of the key area that is very, very important that we help our customers with is the data integrity part of it, right? So how do you dynamically update your databases? How do you make sure that the data is cleansed, transformed, so that when AI is actually, using it, it is going to give you the correct answer, or it is going to give you the insights that are meaningful. And that's another area where I think just letting AI loose completely is not a good idea, because it still has those hallucinations that we talked about. That's where we can decide with AI or automation that which scenarios we want the humans to actually have a final, hey, yeah, I'm okay with this. And of course, as we know, the machine learning models run and learn when the humans are actually validating something. So I think that automation is a good way to operationalize the AI for the end-to-end scenarios, rather than just doing one versus the other.
Right. And so distilling the answer a little bit, not necessarily automation, but having experience going through a similar process where you're really getting down to, what is the value that my current business process is bringing, understanding that process, understanding the data behind the process, and then properly implementing the technology behind it. So whether that's ERP, RPA, BPM, it's more about the actual process to get there than it is the actual tool. Is that correct?
Yeah, you captured it very accurately.